welcome to my April monthly coloured pages video. So, for the first 2 weeks of April, I was a little bit poorly, so I didn't manage to get much colouring done, and I was feeling a bit down, etc. I'm not going to have much to show you guys this month, but I think I've managed to pick things up a little bit. I still have hay fever, so excuse that. So I have a stack of books here that we're going to go through, and this little book is what I have started recording all my completed pages in, so you can see I still have some whips. But yeah, we will put these to one side and jump into showing you guys what I've done. So this first book, Ininki Butterfly, I actually finished this page yesterday. So this is actually my newest one. And I did both pages. So here is the main page. And this was a buddy colour with Lynn. She had a few pictures that she wanted to do. So she asked me to pick one, and I picked this one. And I really like how it turned out, actually. If you would like me to do a tutorial on the sky, I can do, because I wrote everything down. So I can do that for you. So that was done with polychromos. Most of the rest of it was actually done with watercolours. So there's some white Posca pen down here, and the outer ring was done with Pentel Dual Metallic. But the rest of it was actually done with watercolour. And I don't think any of you will have these ones unless you're in France or anything, but these are the ones that I use. When I was au pairing in France, I bought these ones, and I really like them. They're really good watercolours. So that was that page. Really pleased with how that turned out. It's probably my favourite page of the month. And you can see the sparkle on the Pentel Dual Metallic there. So then last night, early hours of this morning, I finished this side, because I wanted to have the whole thing complete. So we have the little heron guy there. This was done with Arteza watercolour pencils, and then this was just done with a normal glitter gel pen. And I think the base I did with the watercolour paints as well. And then again we've got Arteza watercolour pencils, and then the watercolour paints for the background, and a bit of Posca for the bubbles. So that is that page. Next we have 50 Dream Catchers to Colour by Camellia Angel Cova, and you guys know that I started this one on a live stream. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. It's in my playlists under live streams. So the page that I started was this one. Started this on the 27th for the live stream and finished it the next day. And I used Spectrum Noirs, Pro Markers, Brute Funa pencils, loving those this month, silver Pentel Dual Metallic, white Posca pen, and my trusty Kohinoor blender. And I tried to keep it to a limited colour palette. I really like how it turned out. I love the colours, especially my flowers. Usually I would do them like a fuchsia vibrant pink, but I really like the toned down colours on it. So yeah, that is that one. And as you can see, I've got a tab here, as myself and Lynn have picked out another page to do. So we will be doing this one next. And I'm just in love with this book. If you don't have it, you need it. Okay, cute cats. Let's reference my little book. So cute cats, I started Indiana Jones cat, I called it. Started this on the 24th and finished it on the 26th. And after I'd done my marker base, I was actually gonna stop and not do any more because I just wasn't feeling it and I didn't think it was turning out how I wanted it to. But I carried on, I plodded along. It was another buddy colour with Lynn. And I love how it turned out. And it actually got voted Page of the Day on Jade Summer's Facebook group the same day that I finished it, which doesn't happen very often. So, yeah. I'm glad I continued with it. So for this I used Spectrum Noirs and Pro Markers as a base, Brute Funa pencils again, white jelly roll and a metallic silver gel pen, just like his buckle here. And I actually used a black glitter gel pen here for his hat, which I forgot to write down. There we go. I love my snake. I think that's my favourite part. But yeah, that is from Jade Summer's Cute Cats, and I called him Indiana Jones Cat because that's what he reminded me of. Next we have Dreamtime Special, and this is the Hannah Carlson edition. And this one actually started off as me playing around with Prisma pencils to show Lynn, and I actually ended up finishing it. So I called this one Forest Queen because they haven't got any names and I like to name my pages. I started it on the 23rd, finished it on the 24th. I used Prisma for her skin and for these tall leaves here. Just playing around because I'm not that comfortable with Prismas. For me they're too soft. But, I like my leaves. Then I used polychromos for the rest of it apart from the crow, as it says. I love how my crow turned out. With that little blue hint to him. And then I used watercolour pencils and white Posca pen for highlights and Pentel dual metallic gel pen for her throne and her crown. So as you can see, I've really been feeling the watercolours this month. And when you look at her dress, it looks like I've watercoloured that too, but I haven't. So yeah, that was that one. The next book that I have is Kirby Roseanne's World Within Worlds. I started this on, not sure if that's my piece of paper for it or not. Let's see, I think it is, yes. So I did the flower and I wanted these to resemble waves. So for this I started it actually on the 26th of March. So it was too late to go in my last month's video as I hadn't finished it. I finished it on the 14th of April. I was just taking my time with it. I used polychromos for practically everything. Pentel dual metallic for little bits and bobs of sparkle in the fair. I also used some normal glitter gel pens in there. I wanted to make it look like the lights were on at the fair with the sparkle. I'm not 100% happy with that, but there we go. I used a white jelly roll, not sure where. apparently I used white jelly roll. And Arteza Expert watercolour pencils. Not sure where I used those either. Oh, they were on the butterflies, sorry. And I think the Pentel Dual Metallic was on the butterflies as well. So yeah, I didn't want to do a background for this as I thought there was enough going on in it anyway. So, it's not my favourite, but, you know, my favourite is still my lion. So super pleased with my lion. So that's that one. Next we have Mystery Mosaics Colour by Number book for adults. Wow, cats. And this was kindly gifted to me by the Belba family, so thank you guys once again. They gave me this book for review, which you can also find in my playlists. And I did a colour and chat on the first page with you guys. That can also be found in my playlists. So this was the page that we started, and then I finished it off camera, and I love how this turned out. So I started it on the 21st and finished it the same day. I think I finished it later that night. And for this I used my Arteza Twi markers because they have a fine tip one end, which was perfect for this. So yeah, I really love how that turned out. And in the same video I showed you guys that I had started this one but hadn't finished it. So I went ahead and finished this one too. And I actually coloured his eyes in block and put some highlights in because the cross didn't look like his eyes were standing out at all. So I block coloured those. But yeah, I started this on the 20th and finished it on the 27th. I just kept doing a little bit every now and then because all of this black was driving me crazy. But it's done. And yeah, it looks like a little mini tiger or a little leopard. It's really cute. So yeah, I've got loads more in here to do. But thank you, Belpa family, for sending me this. I love it. Next we have Romantic Country, the third tale. This I believe was an early-ish one. So I started this on the 18th, so this was just when I started feeling a little better from being poorly. And I love this. I love it. These books with watercolour or watercolour pencils are fab. So I called this one My Country Garden Centre. I used Arteza watercolour pencils, metallic gel pen just for some bits up here. Whoops, you can't see that because it's not in frame. Just some of the metal bits. And white Posca pen for some highlights and the white spots on the gloves. Because these were actually mismatched gloves. And I was like, no, I can't be having that. They have to match. So I fixed them so they matched. And I used the, I don't know how to pronounce it, Pabio watercolour paints for the background and the carpet. So yeah, I really like that. This is my second page in this book, I think. And I just love picking up these books when I'm like not knowing what to colour, because I know I'll enjoy them. So the first page I coloured this month, before I got poorly, was from Magical Dawn. Now I've got so many tabs in here, I need to find out which one it is. Right, so it's this one. And I started this and finished it in the same day on the 1st of April. Hopefully you guys can see that. I used Arteza watercolour pencils, surprise, surprise. That's for the heart and the wings. Arteza Expert pencils for the gold filigree work. Pentel Dual Metallic for the sparkly bits around the centre there. Derwent Academy Soft Pastels for the background. And then I used a precision eraser to rub out some dots just to give it a little bit of interest on the background. So yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Hannah Carlson's work, but I actually completed 2 this month and enjoyed both of them. So don't really know what's going on there. I'll have to I'll show you my attempted before. I don't like this, so that has been a whip for goodness knows how long. Over a year probably. And I think I have another one in here, the cat, which I'm really gutted that look at that cat. What is going on with that cat? I need to go in and try and fix that somehow. Because that's how before I learned to start doing fur. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. So watch this space. Next we have Creative Haven Country Farm Scenes. This was a whip for ages because I was doing it with my bestie Emma. And I started this on the 19th of February. So it wasn't that it took ages to colour, it was just the fact that we were doing it together and I had to do bits and bobs when I could. So for this page I used Black Widow pencils, woohoo, a change, for near enough the majority of it. Arteza twine markers with water for here, and for a base for the field I used those for. Arteza watercolour pencils, I think that was for here, and metallic silver pen just for some metal work on the barrel there. So yeah, love how that turned out. Love my side, like my wooden rafts here, or whatever you call them, siding. Really like how it turned out. Next we have Le Grand Classique Tome 2, and this, one of these was this one. This was a whip for ages. I don't remember when I started it, so I just put when I finished it, which was the 16th. And apparently this is Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog. Never seen that movie, so I didn't know who he was. But yeah, I like the way he turned out. I think I used Crayola Super Tips for most of it. I used some, looks like Arteza Expert pencils there as well, or maybe Black Widow. I didn't write it down. And then I did this one as well on the 16th. And this is meant to be the Indian chief from Peter Pan. Again, another film I haven't seen. So I accidentally coloured over the white stripes that he was meant to have. So I went in with a Posca pen and just put those back in. And I think it looks cool. So yeah, that is that. So I've done a few pages in this book now. Don't like that one. Love this one. And this one. But to get those like really nice bold colours on this book, you have to really press hard, because I don't like the way the super tips work. I mean, look, that's horrible. I hate it. So yeah, that's that one. And then the last thing I have to show you is a couple of PDFs. So let's go to the back. So firstly, I did this one for a competition. I'll have to take it out because it's got the details on the back. So I started it on the 3rd of April and finished it on the 22nd, and this was when it was due in by. And it was from the Lost in Colouring Facebook group, and it was Laura Rafferty's design. So I used, I believe, a mixture of polychromos for my snow and possibly the background. It was so early I can't remember. It looks like I've used some watercolour pencil or watercolour around the edge here just to give it a bit of finish. And some white Posca pen for the snow. And then I think I also used the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pen, the clear one. Yeah, just to go over my snowflakes with. So that is that one. And then the last one is my turtle. And I did this one in a live stream with you guys on the launch day of Johanna Basford's new PDF book, Flourish. Here he is. So I believe I used Prismas on the scaly bits here. Polychromos for the rest, I believe, and then I gave it a watercolour wash with some white Posca bubbles. But yeah, that was that one. So if you want to check out how I did that, you can actually find the video again in the live stream, I think it was. So yeah, that is all of my monthly colouring pages for this month. I will be back soon with my April colouring book and supplies haul. So I hope you'll join me for that. Bye guys. Happy colouring.